You have surely seen such a photo strip before or have been in a photo booth yourself or at least walked past one. I am sitting here in a photo booth and it's really a completely analog booth. This means there's actually a chemical process happening here, like when we shoot a film, and I find it super exciting and haven't really had much contact with it. And now we have the opportunity to take a closer look how a photo booth actually works. So these things are from the 1960s, really old technology, super cool. And we are lucky that the good Alvaro from AUTOFOTO will now tell us a little bit about it.
We are AUTOFOTO and we are in Barcelona and London. We've been restoring original machines from the 60s and 70s, analog photo booths, for about 12 years. There are several things that we're trying to do. First is recoup an old technology that still has a beauty and a use. These machines were meant for photo ID, but nowadays, instead of having one person, we can have more people enjoy in one space the experience of taking a memory in physical format. And what we love about this is that we tend to think about old technologies as things that can expire after some times, but the beauty of this technology still is superior to digital technology in some senses. Because it is intrinsically imperfect, it delivers a kind of photography that, very simply put, makes people look better. So people, you know, they feel very handsome in the pictures. And it's also the euphoria of being close together in that little space. And nowadays, also the importance of actually taking a physical object that is a piece of memory and that will last with this kind of paper for over 100 years.
Immediately afterwards, Alvaro invited us to try the machine ourselves, so we jumped right in with him. Not everything in the machine is from the 1960s, because there was a camera inside, allowing us to watch the chemical process directly.
What you're seeing here is the inside of the development studio at work. This is an infrared camera, so inside it's completely dark, of course. This not only shows you the beauty of the process, but it's very practical for us because these machines do have intermittent issues, and that this way we can see where it failed and how it failed, and this is how we can approach any technical repairs that need to be done. And it's also a lot of fun to watch. The picture you just took, let me point it with a finger, is that one over there. It needs to go around all the tanks. It's still gonna get some time.
After 3 minutes, our tension and anticipation turned into pure happiness, as Alvaro would say. We definitely had a lot of fun, as you can clearly see. Of course, we also had to take a closer look at the results.
Look at this beauty.
Damn.
Yep. Well, this is the Hapiness-Machine.
Actually, we just met today, so... And
Yep.
look at these pictures. We could have been friends for years.
Sure.
Yeah.
It does make human connections.
That's crazy.
That's what it's all about. So beyond the photographic aspects of what we've been discussing and the challenge of taking an old machine and making it work, which is not obvious. These machines don't work when we buy them. I think the beautiful part about this is the human element, how it connects people. Digital age that creates a distance. This is not just the analog photography, it's the space inside the booth. Creates a physical distance that is, there's something very human about it. You know, it forces you to interact with the other person, which nowadays is probably not a bad thing. This photo booth is now moving on to the double film lab, and in the background you can already see it. The whole thing has just arrived, and soon we'll take a look at the technical details of the whole thing. Alvaro definitely also told us that it's really very rare for such a photo booth to be moved. That's why it was all the more exciting that we could be there. For this reason, the photo booth was also taken apart into its technical components, which means Alvaro could show us hands-on how the whole thing works. Right, so here we have the photo booth camera. Very old camera from late 60s. From the side, we can see a bit more of the mechanism. The paper comes down this way, and it goes between these layers of metal. This is where it gets exposed. The light is coming from the other side, but the paper goes down here. After the fourth shot, there is a guillotine mechanism that cuts the paper like this. That's how it gets delivered to the next stage, which is that piece over there. It's called the feed-down system. The feed-down system takes care of loading it into the carrier mechanism. literally inside the photo booth, what you would see is this. This photographic paper is, well, it's a bit special. It's actually impregnated on this side. This is where the photosensitive chemical lives. And here there is an adapter, but just for illustration purposes, the paper comes down this way. Okay? Gets pulled down this way. The light comes in from here. There's a prism that deviates at 90 degrees. So that's how it gets exposed.
Okay, like through a mirror.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because here's the shutter.
Yeah.
The shutter is a semicircular shutter.
Yeah.
So what you're seeing here is the bottom part of the semicircle, and when it needs to open, it goes like floop.
Yeah.
And then.
And for each shot, it goes one round.
Yep. It goes around like this, clack, and it opens, and then it flashes, and then it goes together.
Auf der Messe haben wir auch schon den Automaten hier gesehen und deswegen bleibt auf jeden Fall bis später noch dran im Video, weil wir uns jetzt dann noch den in dem Nachtclub anschauen werden. Es lohnt sich also bis zum Ende dran zu bleiben.
So an important element of these machines is that they do need regular maintenance, twice per week, typically on a Monday and a Friday. We service them in the sense of making sure that the chemistry is okay, making sure that there are no papers lying inside.
As you can see, you have to be extremely careful with maintenance because the paper handling is particularly prone to errors.
This part is quite critical because one of the typical issues with these photo booths are paper jams. And to avoid paper jams, it's critical that the path of the paper through the camera and outside the camera is solid. If everything is going well, the technician would be doing is topping up the waters. So that's why twice a week we need to go with one of these to refill because of time, but also because of usage. The chemistry degrades, so it's a bit of an art to know exactly when is the sweet spot to change the chemistry. You cannot say a fixed date, but roughly, let's say with average usage in a fixed location, we would change the chemicals once a month. What you see here is essentially the studio, the development studio. The initial tank is actually a water where the carrier would get cleaned, then the paper would get picked up, and the paper would first hit the developer tank, which is that double tank here in the back. Every strip gets dipped and dunked 6 times per tank. Then there is another developer tank. Next to it, there is water to wash a bit. Then the second chemical comes in. It's called a bleach, which does a reversal. And then there are 2 tanks with water as well. The next chemical is called clear, which essentially cleans the remainders of the bleach and prepares it for the final chemical, which is called toner. The toner is actually the one that makes the black appear in the picture. After the toner is all set, then the picture is completely developed, and it just gets washed in 2 tanks of water before it gets delivered outside via this mechanism called the delivery. The whole process takes typically like 3 minutes, 10 seconds, something like that.
Unfortunately, we didn't have time on site to test the thing, but my friends from Double Lab, definitely check them out on Insta and show them some love. So friends, to conclude the video, we have a small location change. The good Alvaro took us to Ukranja. There's one of the car photo grooves here and we're going to take a look at it now.
Welcome to Ocaña and welcome to our booth at Ocaña, which is the actually longest standing booth in Barcelona that we've had. It's been here since 2012. We love this location for many reasons. It's really in the center of Barcelona, so it draws a wide array of different types of folks here. It's a booth that comes from Canada. This one that we have here. I would like to show you a little bit inside so you get an idea of how it is. Our booth from inside, also with a red light in this case to match the outside decoration. We like having photo booths in different types of locations. We've had them in proper nightclubs. Ocaña is a venue that works during the day, that is open during the night, so you get a little bit of both. And it's interesting because you can see the different kinds of interactions that people can have with the booth, different parts of the day, of course. We think of these machines also as people machines. People like photo booths, and photo booths like people. Photo booths are magnets of people in the sense that they also make people cross. People that don't know each other around the booth can make connections. And there's many reasons for that. When someone comes to the photo booth, typically does not come alone. It's either 2 people, 3 people, sometimes 4. We've seen all numbers of people. And the nice thing about the space here, which was originally designed for just one person, is that when you try to put, you kind of have to squeeze yourself in. Yeah, exactly. How's that, Tim?
Even too tall.
Now try to sit down.
Yeah.
Let's do that. So, if you sit down and I sit down, how's the physical distance now?
Oh, it's more than close.
Isn't it tight?
Yeah.
We've never been so close. The wall being here makes it such that, as you can see, there's physical contact, and nowadays this is a nice way of breaking a little bit the barrier. Also with friends, it creates a certain euphoria to be physically together. So when people get in the booth and the flashes start going, there's a sudden rush of adrenaline.
Yeah.
There's an excitement about, and also a nervousness about the choreography. What are we going to do, right? There's a negotiation going on. It's just like, okay, so first we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that. You typically, things never go according to plan, so that is also part of the fun. What you see is that after the 4th flash, when people come out of the photo booth, everyone is elated. They come out like with a big smile on their faces.
Yeah.
And then is the process, which is waiting for the picture to come out. It's a bit of a statement making people wait. But we always say, beautiful things take time. And also, while you're waiting, you're interacting with other people that are also coming to the booth. So it generates an opportunity for social interaction. This is one part that we really like. It creates human connections. It's a love machine. It's a happiness machine. So in all kinds of levels, it just makes people feel good, and it makes people look good as well. Because the third part, after actually picking up the picture, right? When it comes out, then you get another round of smiles when people see how they look. Typically, this type of analog photography makes your skin naturally a bit more perfect. Your teeth look whiter, your white eyes look whiter. So everyone likes their own pictures typically on photo booths.
Yeah, I think you can't mess these pictures up.
It's hard.
Yeah. Und wie man sieht, hier ist auf jeden Fall auch eine belebte Location. Hier spielt Live-Musik, hier sind die ganze Zeit Leute um uns rum, links und rechts fliegt Essen um die Gegend und irgendwie kriegt man einfach Bock, sich in die Kabine reinzusetzen und ein paar Bilder zu machen.
As a matter of fact, been speaking, it probably already has passed the developer stage, so we can open and you can see the last part of this picture, development of this picture. You ready? 1, 2, here we go. After it has dipped and dunked 6 times, here you will see the delivery mechanism. Great. And we got the picture. You can pick it up. Yeah. Don't be afraid.
Barely fit.
And we fit it in quite well.
We will definitely grab a cold beer now and keep an eye on the machine that brings this whole joy to life. And I definitely thank you for watching. Be sure to check out AUTOFOTO. Thank you very much, Alvaro. Danke dir. Thank you so much.
Big pleasure. And let's celebrate.
Let's have a beer. Yeah.
With a cold beer in hand, we sat there for a long time in Mokrangja with a direct view of the photo booth. And it really is a special atmosphere, and you can just see how people come out of those booths beaming. It was definitely a really awesome experience. We never thought the whole theme would be so interesting. If you're interested in the whole topic, definitely let me know in the comments. We might be able to see how it all works in Germany, for example in Berlin. Now there's nothing left for me to say. Thank you for staying until the end. Definitely don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're interested in the whole topic of analog photography. Activate the bell, leave a like here, and feel free to check out all the other videos that were made in Barcelona. They are definitely also very recommendable and truly interesting.